Hey guys, it's birthday boy James.
And this is Corwyn.
And welcome to This Movie's Gay. Oh no, my booklet fell. Oh, it's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to. Wah. Corwyn.
That was the worst cry. That actually reminded me of the cry from the animated Robin Hood where he's the fox.
I know I've seen it before, maybe in bits and pieces. Old Disney movies are just a hole in my pop culture.
So growing up, I really loved Robin Hood and King Arthur.
Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, I loved Robin Hood. So now it makes sense that I'm now who I am today because I'm like, oh, steal from the rich, give to the poor. Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, guys.
Beautiful.
If you see a rich person,
steal.
What's your definition of rich?
Rich.
Oh my God. Cor, other people have said, oh my God, I wish we would film the podcast. This is the only time where I wish we were with cameras filming because Corwyn's face when he said rich.
I have a lot of good facial expressions that I don't know how many you catch, like that gif we made of me during the chicken sandwich eating thing, me going, tasty. Great, beautiful.
But what is your definition of rich, Corwyn?
I mean, just an obscene amount of wealth that they're unable to spend in a lifetime.
Like $30 million.
Yes, that's rich.
Okay.
1 million is pretty rich. Like, I will not spend. If I got $1 million, I would be able to sustain myself and give to charity for a long time.
I do believe, especially since I'm living off from savings, I do believe if I had $1 million in the bank and I lived like I do now, I could live until I am dead.
Yeah, like if I just don't change my lifestyle,
I'm spending about like maybe $10,000 a year.
Jesus.
So
that's low budget.
Yes, I'm very low budget.
I mean, I spend a little more than that, but that's mostly because I like food.
Oh,
and luxury items.
When I had a job, I was probably spending $20,000, but that's because I was taking Nicole and myself out maybe 3 times a week.
Well, the point is that, yes, if I had $1 million in the bank, I would be able to live comfortably for the rest of my life. I would actually still work because I like to work. So, yeah, that's rich to me.
I just give plasma. That's how I'm paying my bills, plasma. Have I explained on this podcast that after I quit my job, it snapped in my head like, oh, I could sell my sperm, but then I was like, God damn it. I got that vasectomy.
Oh, well.
No one would buy my sperm because it's useless. I guess it's a great adhesive, but that's about it.
There's better ways to make glue, James.
I know. Jose and I talked about this on Mostly Speaking Sentai out this week. He thought semen was a good adhesive, and I said, no, there are much better adhesives.
For a second, I was like, why did we get off this track so hard? And I realized it was me talking about Robin Hood.
Yes.
And the whole point is your whas were exactly like the king.
My whas?
Wah.
Oh,
wah.
okay.
Was exactly like the little king dude in Robin Hood. Or Prince John.
I thought you were
name?
bringing up like a razzing, but like a waz. And I was like, is that like a weak razzing? Or when you just walk up to someone and you want to razz them and annoy them, you just go, waz.
I mean, that sounded like what you did, right?
Yeah, but I was putting on the Z at the end. Waz.
The only difference between your waz and your waz is the Z.
Yeah. Guys, language is important.
Is it?
Yes. If you switch 2 letters around, it's a completely different meaning.
If you give something a different inflection, it's a completely different meaning.
Like rap, if you change 2 of those letters around, it's par.
Or rap and rap are 2 different things.
Ooh, rapping on the cellar door. Edgar Allan Poe, speaking of spooky things, we're getting...
That's another one. I was talking about rap like cling film.
Like what?
Cling film.
Cling film?
Yeah, like plastic wrap that you put. Yeah.
You could also say like a gift. You gift wrap.
Like a gift wrap. Like wrapping up this cake that I brought you.
He did, and we'll get into that. But I love a GIF. I love a GIF wrap. It's a GIF.
Wrap made of GIFs?
No, it's a GIF of people rapping. Like, I'm the best, man. I did it.
I'm just imagining like wrapping paper made out of GIFs.
That would be pretty cool. Like a meme. Oh my God, meme wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Oh man, for all the meme lords out there, they would love their birthday present. Speaking of birthdays, wrapped in meme wrapping paper.
Speaking of birthdays, James, why don't you do your happy birthday song?
Happy birthday.
I'm taking off my headphones for this.
You can still hear me. To me, happy birthday. To me, happy birthday, Mr. Champy. Happy birthday to me. I sped it up for you, Corwyn.
I hated every second of that, but I took my headphones off, so it was a little bit livable.
Oh, you want to know what I should do? I should do that I should make that in stereo, just so it feels ASMR-y.
Do it in like auto-tune yourself too.
Oh no, I'll put echo and reverb.
Filters. Yes,
yeah.
And listeners, please rewind and sing along.
Okay, so on other podcasts we sing a lot. So what the Hellmouth and Mostly Speak in Sentai. I have a preset on there it's labeled TC Auto-Tune. That is just like a chromatic auto-tune and echo and reverb. So then whenever anyone sings, all I have to do is change the speed of the echo, and then I just put that on there, and it's quick to do.
Amazing.
We don't sing that much on here.
We don't.
Except bye. What if we already said bye?
Bye at the end.
Corwyn,
That's it.
I know I think I've said it on maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. I need to move the mouse off from the record button real quick.
Yeah, go do it. I think that you should, instead of singing on this one, you should make some kind of beat just with my laugh tracks.
No, I don't have the time for that.
You won't even need to make a track. Just tell me what beat you need with the laugh. I'll do it.
Okay.
No, not right now.
I need just like a...
Amazing. Okay, well, write that down.
You can't write down beatboxes. I know you. Yes. Okay. Drum majors out there. I know you can write this down. And by drum majors, I mean people going to college to be majoring in drums, not drum majors, which I guess is like the captain or the first chair in marching band, which TC has explained before.
The first chair?
Yeah, I guess as a drum major, or like the person leading the drums in marching band is called a drum major.
I guess.
I want a drum minor, am I right?
Just know the first chair and everything. That's it. I don't know. But I do know that I also can't read music, so even if you did write it down, I'd still be like, what?
It's like weird bars on it for drums.
I know what it looks like. I just can't read it.
Oh, but what if you have a huge kit like Geddy Lee would have? I know Geddy Lee is a bassist, guys. Someone in a death metal band who has a bunch of toms. How do they write their drums down?
I don't know. I can't read music, and I also just can't count in music, so...
1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and...
It changes.
Yeah,
it changes. It changes so much.
That's called a 2/4 count.
Yeah, and then there's the 4/4.
That's the one. The only one in my mind is 4/4s.
There's so many, and mostly like I've had music lessons and dance and all that, and you count and dance as well. And most of the time, I'm like, I can't count that, but I can feel when I'm supposed to go.
Right now I'm working on a beat tape. It's just instrumentals. And I will release them as like a CD. And every single song, I am sampling every single song of Avril Lavigne's first album, Let Go. And the amount of times where I get so angry at artists for having such an amazing song, and I know I'm going to get there once I get to, what's the name of that song? everyone knows. It was the downer song on that album. It was a really big popular one. It's in 3/4 and I hate it. I hate it when artists do that because one, I can't put myself in the mind space to really like make that into a beat of 3/4, and it's impossible to rap to. When you do 3/4, anyone who does it properly, it's the same exact flow to a 3/4 because it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 instead of like 1 2 3 4. Like 1 2 3 4 with rap, you can get there's a lot of variations.
Counting, and every time you count, I'm not thinking rap or music. I'm literally thinking dance. I'm like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Got it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Got my steps. Got them.
You know, dancing is also to music, correct?
Wait, there's music?
Oh my God. How did we get here?
I don't know, but the movie this week.
No, my birthday. So Corwyn allowed me to pick the movie. And I said.
You say that like I never let. Like, it has never been a James, you're not allowed to pick the movie. It's just James is always like, what are we watching? I'm like, okay, guess I'm picking the movie.
But Corwyn gave me free reign to pick.
I did give him free reign.
I was like, hey, Corwyn, let's watch a comedy. I Google searched funniest LGBT movies. I couldn't find them, or it was coming up with stuff that we've already done. Nothing was really pulling me in. Then I searched sci-fi LGBT movies.
Did this come up as sci-fi?
No.
Oh, thank God.
There's a story that leads up to why I chose this one. I saw Vegas in space, and I was like, holy fuck, what is this? I watched the trailer, and I was like, okay, that's number one so far. And then another one that came up was Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. And I was like, okay, how is this? And
how is this gay?
It's very, because
Amazing.
It's in Canada, and modern day Jesus is having to defend the lesbians of Canada from vampires.
Incredible.
So I watched the trailers to these two, and I just thought, even if it's my birthday, I'm not going to force Corwyn to watch these movies.
I would watch the Jesus one.
Okay, that one is also the newer one, so...
I don't know about the Vegas. If it's sufficiently gay, I will watch it.
Vegas in space are explorers in space having to go to a planet where I believe it's only women, so the men have to dress up in drag to go to this planet, and I believe the women it's a race of women and they love each other, but it's a B sci-fi movie in the vein kind of Rocky Horror.
Okay.
But yes, Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, we have to watch. It was, I think, like 2001.
I mean, that sounds like a scary movie. And what do we have coming up next?
Oh, Corwyn. Oh, man, I'm terrified over here by the hauntings of October.
I mean, I'm guessing Nicole already has Halloween decorations up.
You saw. Yeah, they're out there.
So amazing.
Yeah, she got those up yesterday, maybe? Or no, not yesterday. It doesn't matter, guys. You don't know when we're recording this. I'm kidding.
I'm ready
it's the
for
27th.
Spooky.
I am so excited for my birthday, which is also Nicole and I's anniversary. We made it official that day because she won't hear this until Monday. I got her a Switch, a Nintendo one, and I think she thinks that's what she got. And she's like, hey, James, if you got me what I think you got me, it's too much. Like, you don't I kind of hope it's not that. But I think I told you this. I exchanged a bunch of stuff, and it was the stuff that I don't watch anymore. And I'm like, I really don't need this shit anymore. It was like N64 games that they're going to turn around and sell for $50. I ended up getting like $150 back in store credit. And then also because it's my birth month at the exchange, if you have a customer appreciation card, they'll give you 20% off used items. The Switch was used.
You got a good deal.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Paid significantly less than I paid for my Switch.
I think it was $90.
Significantly less than what I paid for my Switch. But that was when I had a salary job and was making a lot of money. I was like, all right, I'm going to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
It was great.
So I turn around and I knew Nicole and I had seen this movie on Tubi TV all the time, the movie we're watching today. And I love Natasha Lyonne. That's the star of our film. Even though on Amazon, she's not listed as a star. We watched But I'm a Cheerleader and Corwyn right off the bat. This movie's fucking dope.
The movie was great. I also will acknowledge that I was definitely confused when James said they were watching But I'm a Cheerleader, because I was like, oh, the original? I clearly thought that he was talking about all cheerleaders die.
Yes, because that started out back in like 2000 as a student film that they did, and then that same team revamped it, put it out as the amazing 4th episode to this podcast with our good friend Ryan.
Yeah, and I thought that
was Ryan, right?
No, it was
Lauren, yes.
So I'm very impressed with myself for remembering that, considering how often I go back to the old episodes. Yeah, so I was definitely confused and thought it was that one. So I was prepared for the beginning of horror films. But then this was not. It was
amazing.
Hilarious.
So let me give a quick recap of the movie. It will be very quick.
Do it.
Our star, Natasha Lyonne, she's Megan. She's a cheerleader, living a nice, happy life. She thinks everything's going great, except we do see her making out with her boyfriend, and she is not at all interested. And she's thinking of the cheerleaders that she cheers with. She goes home. There's an intervention, and her family and friends are saying, hey, we think you're a lesbian. You need to get help. She is then sent to not conversion. I guess it would be conversion therapy, but not as extreme as conversion therapy, except like they do encourage them to shock themselves. But the administration isn't administering the shocks. And then it's just kind of what's the fucking word? A coming of age type movie where a girl's discovering her sexuality and is like, no, I'm fine with this. I'm a lesbian.
Is it coming of age? Or, I mean, it's sort of, I guess, has that sort of feeling just because of the age group of everyone, but it's just set in this surreal, non-existent place.
Yeah, you can have surreal and coming of age.
A surreal coming of age.
Yeah, like a Captain Underpants.
Amazing.
That's surreal, but those boys are coming of age.
They coming of age.
Yeah, and let me think.
No, you're not allowed. Stop thinking, James.
Oh, no.
It's your birthday. Why would you think on your birthday?
The Great American Journey or whatever that with Fievel.
Fievel Goes West.
That's a coming of age.
That's a movie.
I need to discuss this. So Nicole and I went out to... like I said, Disney movies are and I know Fievel is not a Disney movie, but it has that same feel because the creator of that worked for Disney for many years. I have a hole. Like, I don't know these movies. Nicole and I went to go see It Chapter 2. It was fucking amazing. But before then, we were at the bar of the Davis. Hey, that's another clue, guys, of where I live. We were there and Nicole was like, hey, we'll go out to eat and we will then go watch this movie. We wanted to go to Taco in a Bag, but the options for us, they were all out. My ulcer was very bad and the other things possibly had sriracha spices and avocado in there. Not sriracha, cilantro. And either cilantro or avocado, I don't know. They're normally in guacamole together.
Yes.
I don't know which one makes me violently throw up after eating it. That was all gone. So we went there and we only had 30 minutes before the movie. So we had to do the like, hey, we'll box it up and bring it to the movie theater for you. So we were waiting and the person taking our
I didn't
orders,
know they did that. That's cool.
Yeah. The person working the bar was also taking our order and they had Fievel on the screen. And I start dissecting this movie of just saying like, this is unrealistic. Like, why would the spider have teeth? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then just like weird things to the point where the bartender was like getting into it. And she was like, okay, so that's you're worried about that, but a cat having a cane? And I was like, yeah, the cat needs a cane in order to stand on two legs. They don't know how to do that.
Was it Fievel Goes West?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't remember the original one that much. I remember like bits and pieces, but Five Goes West, I remember a large portion of that because I watched that movie so many times.
And we had to get into talking to the bartender because I had to ask her. Because Nicole saw VHSs and was like, hey, I think this is probably on VHS. Like, that's what they're watching. Like, and that's why it looks so grainy. I was like, no, Nicole, I don't think it is, because it would be like too stretched on a modern day TV. And the subtitles look updated. It wouldn't be like this. It like, and VHSs, the subtitles were superimposed. Like if you bought a VHS, it had subtitles and you could not remove them. And then
Correct.
Nicole goes, yeah, but like you can like set on your TV to have the subtitles. I was like, Nicole, no. That doesn't work for like a VHS. TVs can't like understand language. You can't give them like this new dialogue and the TV is just going to understand what it is. It's not like YouTube, and YouTube's auto-generated subtitles are very bad. And then she's like, well, it could. And I was like, but not like the periods and the correct grammar. That's not going to. So I had to ask the bartender, hey, are you playing this movie off from a VHS? And she's like, no, it's off from Netflix.
Wait, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight.
You're going to a charity event tonight.
After the charity event?
You're going to be there
work
forever.
till, like, after noon tomorrow.
Oh, man,
so
1 o'clock.
No, it's even after that. I think 2, maybe?
Maybe.
Don't follow me.
But yeah, guys, Nicole and I just, that Fievel thing was insane. We had a great time talking to this bartender, and I think we made her day.
Good.
Because it was right when we got there as soon as the restaurant opened, and I was just cracking wise on Fievel.
Fievel. Amazing. Unlike that, Fievel Goes West was not the movie we watched, but I'm a Cheerleader. So was that your synopsis? Did I interrupt you in your synopsis, or did you?
No, it was a coming-of-age movie, and she figured out she loved herself.
Got it. I zoned out for a second there. I'm very tired, y'all.
Ooh.
I woke up early this morning and made James a cake because I wanted to.
I thought you were making it last night.
I was preparing things last night, and then I got up this morning and made it.
Corwyn, let me go fix you up some warm milk and sing you a lullaby.
Why would you do that? I'm too tired. I need to wake up. I need to drink coffee.
No, how does rockabye? No, is it rock? I don't know how this lullaby goes. Rockabye baby on the treetop. Is it rockabye baby on the treetop? Yeah, it's da 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 da. Rockabye Corwyn on the treetop. When the wind blows, it's rainy outside right now. The things will tops. I don't know any of the stuff. It topples down, right?
Something to do with a cradle? I don't know.
It will rock and down goes Corwyn, cradle and all.
I'll be fine. Walk it off.
Oh, man. Corwyn, tofu equals lesbianism. That's what we learned in this dang movie.
We learned that tofu and vegetarianism equals lesbians. Also, anything to do with Melissa Etheridge. Also, what else was there?
If you are just looking at a picture of a lady and you're a lady, ooh, you're gonna be a lesbian.
Lesbian! Let's be honest, lesbians.
And also, even if your boyfriend's a bad kisser and you don't enjoy it.
That was so rough to watch. I was traumatized for Natasha Lyonne for just doing that. That kissing was bad.
I thought it was pretty good. That's how Franklin kisses, and he's a good kisser.
Oh, please don't kiss Franklin like that, James.
No, he tries to kiss us like that. Like he'll like get his face all up in our like knee area and try and kiss it.
It was gross. It was real gross.
He kisses
bad
like
kissing.
a cat.
It was real bad kissing.
Ooh,
so don't kiss
who's
like that.
texting you, Corwyn?
I don't know.
Is it
job.
work? Oh, Corwyn's got a job, but so do I. But
Amazing.
Corwyn makes so much more money than I. You do.
I do.
I make like $40 a week.
Jesus.
That's on a good week.
Oh my God. Get you some clients, James.
Yeah, guys. Also, hey guys, since it's my birthday, please, oh please listen to my other stuff as a gift to me.
Also, share our podcast. Like, put it out there. Be like, hey, it's James's birthday. Listen to this.
It's a celebration of my birthday, and love me.
And we're like 20, 30 minutes in, and we haven't even really talked about the movie much.
Oh, we'll get into it. The soundtrack is dope. This is one that I'd like to sample everything from.
The soundtrack was pretty great. I don't know music, but I liked listening.
It had like a kind of, it could have verged on creepy, like Nightmare on Elm Street type vibes, but it was happy-go-lucky for the original soundtrack. But then when it started with real songs, and by real, I know like soundtracks are real songs, but you know, not for the movie.
Popular,
yes.
Yeah.
It was nice indie type rock, and ooh, it got my Riot Girl movement going.
You also had some RuPaul songs in there with RuPaul playing a man in there, like a man with a beard and
goatee,
a goatee and trying to teach people how to be straight person. It was weird. It was real weird. Not gonna lie.
I thought he was cool.
He was good. It was real weird though. I am just not. I'm used to seeing RuPaul on Drag Race or other random things like that, or listening to him in his podcast, stuff like that. So I'm just like, oh, okay. This is a different side of RuPaul that I have not experienced yet. Amazing.
Hey, and I got you there, Corwyn.
You did. We also had Mink Stoll, who was in Eating Out, the Eating Out series. Yep. I don't know if she was in the first one, but she was in some of them.
Yeah, she was in...
like the third on, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Mink Stoll.
I can't wait till that 6th movie comes out.
And then, of course, Natasha Lyonne, who's in Orange is the New Black. And also, we watched her in GBF.
Yeah. And
I think that's the only thing she was in that we watched so far.
Detroit Rock City as well, baby.
I haven't watched that yet.
It's so good, guys. Go watch it. And it taught me about whiskey penis.
Also, I have a note for my first note is kissing scene, what the fuck? And then just right under it, I wrote boobs. Because every time it showed her, it like flashed into what she was thinking about, and it was cheerleaders jumping and just showing their chest.
And sometimes their bosom, or not, that is, sometimes their buttock. Bosom should be the butt, guys. It sounds like butt.
Amazing.
Bosom be butt.
Bosom be butt, y'all.
Can I talk about, I was like, ooh, they're about to have a meet cute after... so Megan and Graham, they're falling in love, and I said, ooh, they're about to have a meet cute, and Corwyn goes, they've already met, James, and I said, no, their lips are about to have a meet cute.
You can just hear the exasperation in James's mimicry of me.
That would be a great, not a pickup line, but after your second date, if you haven't kissed the person yet, just say like, oh yeah, you want to have a meet cute? And they're like, we've already met, silly. And then you go, no, I'm talking about our lips. And then they meet together in a blissful, passionate love making of 2 lips. I mean, 2 sets. Just dancing along each other. Of course, don't touch the mustache area with all your lips. We talked about it last episode.
I'm convinced that James is just reading from his own personal fan fiction about something. I don't know.
No, guys.
He's just straight up reading out of his book some fan fiction right now.
No.
He's written it down. It's out there now.
No, Corwyn. I love the color schemes in this movie.
Deflection. Just like the deflection in that one part of the movie.
There were multiple parts.
There's so many. Graham's like, oh, she's like, Graham, you went out to this gay bar? And Graham's like, oh, I've just realized I have a crush on this man. And then, yeah, nothing. She wasn't punished. It was great. Beautiful.
No.
Deflection.
Everyone else was punished, though.
Good job lying, Graham.
It kind of backfired in her face.
Also, we had Prince Zuko in this movie from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was shocked, but also James was like, who? And I was also shocked at that. So I'm just gonna let that live.
I saw the first book or whatever when it came out, and that's it.
Okay.
I mean, it's interesting and it looks great, but Corwyn, I watch a show that has been on for 38 seasons or something. I have a lot of that to get through.
I just ignore all of those on my list and watch whatever I want.
Well, then I also have, the new shows coming out that I watch with Nicole. Wait, can I talk about the color schemes real quick?
Yeah, talk about the color schemes.
So, just like checking on this movie to make sure it was something we could do for this, I saw reviews of it because I'm like, oh, this had to have been like a popular movie. It was not at the time it was released. And one of the reviews was saying like, oh, and the color schemes were bad. And I'm like, no, they were great. They made sure like everything was muted to show you at least in my eyes, to show you like, it's like a canvas of an actual house. Like you can see yourself in these roles of just like generic gender roles, That's how I took it. Of like, if it's pink, this is where the women should be. If it's blue, this is where the men should be. And I think like if it's green, that's where like the both should intermingle and such.
Yeah, the only green was like when they were cleaning the floors, the floor cleaner was green. And then when they were in fancy cocktail attire or ball gown attire or whatever it was, they were in green as well.
I thought the bedroom and the kitchen were maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't remember what the color the bedroom was, but it was not blue or pink, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a combo.
They did a lot of stuff. And like some of the decor was a little like fancy and not fancy, but like sort of futuristic looking. So that was interesting.
Oh yeah, like we got some construction going on downstairs, guys.
Yeah, the floor is shaking. I'm ready.
They're drilling down there like some strong, muscular men.
Speaking of strong, muscular men.
Let me have it.
Man, well, the first thing that I just saw when I pulled up my page was weird drool. Do you remember the weird drool? There was weird drool.
Yeah.
So much weird drool. Whenever they were telling Megan that they were having an intervention about her being a lesbian.
And when she says she's a homosexual, she starts crying and just this bead of drool, which is, it was like...
Yeah, that was step one, which was admitting you're a homosexual.
Yes, rattle off the steps of...
Okay, step one was admitting you're a homosexual, and that's when we had weird drool. Also, we saw that there was a poster that was already made with their names all on it, and that was put up before Megan even got there. So James thinks that it was all done in advance, and Megan was just late to the party.
Yes, this is what I think it is. You know when you go to school, the first day of school, would you be like, oh my God, how does this teacher have everyone's names listed on their wall? Or
it's clearly witchcraft, James.
Oh my God. Okay, let's just say this movie's so surreal, witchcraft is involved.
Witchcraft. Step 2 was rediscover your gender identity. Is that right? Did I write that one down right, or did I just blank out and write something else?
I don't think that's step 2.
I thought it was.
It might. No. Yes. I think it was.
Okay. Step 3 is family therapy. Step 4 is demystifying the opposite sex. And then step 5 is simulated sexual lifestyle. So, yeah, those are a lot of steps. And that's it.
That's step 5.
Step 5 was just them pretending to have sex while in lycra bodysuits with fig leaves.
If Nicole said, hey, let's do that, I'd be like, fuck yes. Yeah.
It was weird.
I think it was perfectly normal, guys. I mean, not the part where like they don't want to be doing this. If two people who want to do that in a consensual relationship, yeah, go for it.
Go for it. If it's two people in a consensual relationship that want to do that. Yes, I agree with that sentiment.
Hey, maybe even 4 people.
Also, right before they did step 2, for some reason they had the lady running the anti-gay thing just sitting on her bed playing guitar.
Yeah, that never comes into play. There must be a deleted scene for that.
I was so confused. And then, and they were when they were doing the rediscover their gender identity, they were talking about their root for why they're homosexual. My favorite 2, one of them was, my mother got married in pants.
That was my favorite.
And then the other one was just someone going, I like balls. That was great.
Which that person said that they're not gay.
Was it them that said that?
Yep.
Amazing. I wasn't even paying attention. I just heard I like balls and was like, amazing. Love it. Writing it down immediately. I think whenever Megan showed up to the house, they took her luggage, but when she was just walking in, she was just carrying pom-poms. She was just dejectedly carrying pom-poms into the house.
And we find out that that's the thing that makes her happiest.
Her happiest thing is being a cheerleader.
What was your happiest thing in high school?
Acting. Theater.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Beat making and masturbating while on AIM.
Oh my God. Megan is a narc. She got Dolph?
Yes. And someone else.
Dorf?
No, it's Dolph. There's, the Dorf.
I don't know. I'm really bad with names sometimes, most of the time. Dolph. Prince Zuko is what I have his name down on my paper as. And another dude who got put in a doghouse. I don't remember what his name was.
I don't either. They
were making out, and Megan was going to the same place that they were making out in, and she was
masturbating while zapping herself with...
She wasn't even zapping herself. She was
about to.
She was about to, and then she heard them, and she walked forward, and then she just started screaming, ew, ew, ew. And Megan, it's not cool to narc. Come on. But it did lead Dolph, Prince Zuko, to going to the ex-gays house and being happy, and eventually breaking his boo out from the graduation ceremony. So I guess it was a good thing, but she narked.
Yeah, the ew part is fine because if that's natural for you to say ew to something, yes. However, it's not gross. Back in the day, like if you're not, whatever. Or maybe she is, prudish. She probably just thought two people almost having sex was gross, no matter what the gender.
I mean, we're going to assume since she was in the place to change, to try to force her to live a sexuality that she's not, and she was going along with that narrative at the time, that her ews were anti-gay.
But that's not the narking part. The narking part is when the guy comes out and says, what's going on? And she just straight up says, those two were kissing.
Yeah, that's the narking part.
It's so weird that, this seems like a very laxed program because we see all of them smoking. They're not 18. And it seems like they can curse, but then it's told that you can't curse. And then the leader doesn't like it when they say the F word, the FA word. But then she uses it later on. It's very confusing with that. It's like
I think it is a metaphor for how none of those pray the gay away things work, James.
Yeah.
All of them don't make sense, and none of them work.
I was taking as when it's convenient to her to hold the power, she will do what she wants to do.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And then they were able to just go around masturbating as long as they were shocking themselves when they thought impure thoughts.
I don't think they were supposed to be masturbating and shocking themselves. I think it was just they're supposed to shock themselves when they have.
But that's the only time we saw them shocking.
It was also just a because shock therapy is a thing that's used in that practice.
Yeah.
So they were essentially making fun of shock therapy. And yeah, shock therapy's stupid. So
I was feeling like the punk rock girl was shocking. It felt like it was shocking her clitoris.
I think she was definitely, she liked the pain that was being caused from the shocking, I feel. Yes.
Let me check my other stuff. Some of my favorite lines.
I like balls.
We got her in time. Was you almost lost her to college. That liberal arts brainwashing.
Too. I once had, my mom once told me that of course I'm liberal. I went to college, and I was like, what? I'm liberal because I'm educated?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's the point when anyone says oh, you went to college and you turned to liberal. It's like, yes, because I was around other people, other groups. And yes, you are now downplaying education. You're like, oh, education's bad because it turned my kid liberal.
I thought that was just the funniest thing that someone's ever said to me is you're liberal because you went to college. I'm like, Oh, because I have an education now. Because I have learned.
Yes.
I am now. Okay, great. Wonderful. But also, again, the Robin Hood thing. I've been pretty liberal my entire life from, take from the fucking rich and give to the poor.
Yeah. I saw us on like Twitter, someone saying, you're mad that we want healthcare for all when you're the one who's been teaching us since we were children to fucking share. Of course we're goddamn socialists now.
I know. And then I got raised in church and heard all these stories about Jesus, and I'm like, okay, I'm following all of these things, and they're like, oh no, you're super liberal. I'm like, yeah.
So was Jesus.
This is exactly what happens when you listen.
It is easier for a camel to pass through a threaded needle than it is for a rich man to get into the gates of heaven.
Are you quoting the Bible at me? What is happening?
No, I'm quoting the Bible at the microphone, not at you. That's why I was not looking at you. I was looking down while saying it.
I'm just like doing the cross, like, stop, get away from me. I don't know.
Oh, because you're like,
bless me for I have sinned.
Was I hope I wasn't like being triggering by shouting Bible scriptures at you.
No. I've been blessed like twice in my life in a just weird situation. When I worked at Walmart for a bit in the South, I had a guy come in and he had one of the collars on, and he talked to me forever about going to... No, the guy with the collar asked me where the sugar-free stuff was. So I was like, oh, it's right here, sir. And then he was like, bless you, my child, and like did the whole thing. And I was like, what? I just showed you where the sugar-free stuff is. What is this? And then the other time was, he didn't have a collar, but he was talking about going to school for the priest things, whatever. I don't know. Whatever that school is.
Monastery?
Say it again?
Monastery?
I feel like that's close, but wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure it's monastery.
I don't know. But anyway, he was going to school for that, and he was talking about getting married, but also just like weirdly close to me. And my coworkers, after he left, he also blessed me right before he left, which I don't know if he can even do that, but it was a weird situation.
If you know how to bless, man, I'd be blessing everyone.
And then my coworkers were like, he was flirting with you. And I was like, yes, but he was also talking about getting married. I don't know. It was weird. It's very weird. So that's my story about blessing.
Monastery.
Not no. What? There's another word for it.
Oh, okay. So what's the word you're looking for? Like school for priests?
Yes.
Okay, school for priests. Not school for pre-K. God damn it.
Seminary school.
Seminary. Okay.
I was like, I know that's not the fucking word, James.
But I know in like old movies, like in what's that one called? The Nun. I think they were going to monastery school.
That just sounds like you're going to the monastery.
You want to know what? No, monastery school I think is just like a private school that's religious. Like monastery school is just like you go to church for school.
I'm talking about seminary school.
Okay. Guys, if you are more religious than us, remember, I'm a goddamn weirdo Satanist, and Corwyn has been to church a bunch.
But no longer.
Yes, so please let us know, where do priests go to school? Ooh, there's a joke there. Where do priests go to school?
Is it the bar?
What?
Yeah, priest walks into a bar.
Oh, okay.
It was a bad joke. You're welcome.
I was thinking like maybe you were confusing that with
law school?
Lawyers. Yeah.
Lawyers don't go to school to take the bar.
I know.
Oh my God, we're dying over here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we're dumb.
We're so dumb. But you love us anyway.
Okay, so my actual favorite line is they're talking about like, oh, you have a boyfriend, you've been steady for 2 years, well, have you had sex? And then Graham goes, yeah, I bet he has the biggest dick I've never seen.
I did like that one. I like balls a lot more. But also there was at the end or near the end when all of them were being passed to graduation after step 5 and all that, she was like, I'm passing all of you, all but one of you. I don't remember what character she said what his name was. Andre, maybe?
I don't know.
Whatever his name was. She's like, I'm passing all but one of you. And then calls him out. And then she walks away and he just goes, I'm just not meant to be butch. It was a beautiful moment. I loved it. Loved everything about it.
I think all of this was a beautiful moment.
And then Joel started hitting on it or started talking about how great he was. And he said something about, I don't need a recently proven straight man flirting with me right now or something like that. Beautiful.
And then he goes,
I didn't write that one down.
He goes, shit, at the end of his little monologue. He's like, you stupid bitches, I'm out of here. Shit.
There's so many good things. The weird thing, though, was locking that one kid in the doghouse.
For some weird reason, those kinds of things. I used to sleep in my closet as a child. I would sleep underneath the bed, sleep in the stairwell at my house. I just loved sleeping in confined areas, so a doghouse would totally be up my alley. And then one quick thing about, the leader of this school, rehab, whatever you want to call it, her son is gay, and he's probably 26-ish. He's somewhere around there, our age. Much more handsome than me, though. But she's trying to make him more manly, and he comes out with a mixed drink, a cocktail. I don't know anything about alcohol, guys. And he's drinking it through a crazy
straw. Frozen
straw.
mixed drink.
And she says, I don't want you sipping on that. You chug that like a man. Here's what I'm going to say. It is scientifically proven that if you drink an alcoholic drink through a straw quickly, you will get drunker faster. So, to all the frat boys out there who are listening, to all the manliest men, I want to start seeing you sip out of crazy straws and just chug it real quick. You'll get fucking trashed.
I mean, the mixed drinks that are, referred to as fruity cocktails that are usually deemed to be drinks for women and gay men and all that, they have more alcohol content in them than a beer anyway.
And okay, I want to say something about that.
And they taste better.
To everyone, every restaurant who has those drinks, make a fucking non-alcoholic version of that, because I want to drink one. It looks delicious. It sounds delicious, minus the fucking 8 shots of vodka you have in it.
Some of them do. Some, you can get a virgin daiquiri. That's a good one.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can get a virgin margarita. That's just lime juice on ice.
I used to drink margarita mix, just as a kid. My next door neighbor just had this huge margarita mix for the longest time just in the back of their fridge. And what I would do is just mix it in with some water so it wasn't as strong. And I'd drink that like juice. It was probably not healthy at all to do.
I've done that. I've had that a couple times. When I was younger, my aunts and uncles would all hang out or whatever, pull all that stuff. And they would have a bunch of margarita mix and frozen margarita mix and all that stuff. And a couple times they gave me some frozen margarita mix. Not alcoholic in it. It's just the frozen mix.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're a fancy adult boy.
It's ooh, sugar.
Yeah. All right.
Amazing. I'm done with my notes. I didn't take very many this time. I pulled a U this time. I was like, this movie's good. I'm not taking very many notes. But also because I'm tired.
Oh, also, foreplay is for sissies. Real men go in, unload, and pull out, baby. That was a quote from this movie. This movie's fucking dope, guys. It's on Amazon. It's on all places you can buy movies digitally. It's $4 to rent.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good moments in it. Check it out.
Yeah, it's fun. It's under 90 minutes.
I absolutely recommend it.
Yes. Guys, once again, for my birthday, the best present you can give me is just by listening to my other stuff. If you haven't checked out What the Hellmouth, Hit It and Crit It, or Mostly Speaking Sentai, I'll give a quick rundown of what those are. What the Hellmouth, it's TC and Anissa. We're watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and we barely talk about it. We mainly talk about trauma in our life. Then Hit It and Crit It. It's an actual play D&D campaign. Corey, who's been on this podcast. Has Corey been on this? Yeah, he was on this. He's the DM, and it's Rudy, who's been on here, Jose, he's been on here, and Joe has not been on here.
Come on, Joe.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons, but instead of us trying to save the world, we are trying to destroy the world.
Amazing.
And then Mostly Speaking Sentai, Nicole's been on the podcast on our fantastic 3rd episode of Gay Bed and Breakfast of Horror. What is
Terror.
it? Terror, yeah. Why? It's been such a long time. I need to rewatch it.
Oh my God.
We're watching Super Sentai. It's the source material for Power Rangers, but we barely talk about it. It's fun. Corwyn's been on it twice. Go find those episodes. Just search Corwyn and you'll find
with
it.
the golden demon kick. Corwyn with the demon kick.
No, Corwyn with the... Oh my God.
Demon with the Corwyn
yes,
kick?
Yes, Demon with the Corwyn kick.
Amazing.
And then on our Shin Godzilla episode for Road to G-Fest.
Gross, Godzilla.
Yeah, and then also check out my rap music under Marshland Monster. You can download all of my stuff for free on mlmpod.com.
Hey, James.
What's up?
How was that cake?
It was fantastic. Corwyn made me a cake.
What was in it?
Bananas.
Amazing.
Little nuts.
Hazelnuts.
I think caramel on top.
Yeah.
And then you better believe there's flour to make that bread dough batter.
Amazing. I made cake. I just wanted to talk about it for a second because I made cake.
Ooh, he made the Chicago Alternative Comics Expo cake.
I didn't even use a real recipe for it. I made my own. You're welcome.
Yeah, he walked in and said, yeah, I just made up a cake. And I was like, well, I don't... Do you mean just like, casually? Yeah, I just made this cake. I made it up.
Yes.
You know, like I made up my face. I wasn't sure if it was like that kind of made up or like, no, he just was like, I guess I'll throw together a bunch of stuff and I will literally make up a cake.
Literally get together a bunch of stuff and make up a cake. You're welcome.
Hey, Corwyn, what you got to plug?
I got to plug my social media at Corwinning on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. And then our social media at This Movie's Gay on Twitter and also Instagram and fun stuff. And follow us. Also, my theater company will be doing stuff soon. Saltbox Theater Collective. Please follow them on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff as well. Info in the description.
Please follow them because if you start coming to their shows and say, I came here from This Movie's Gay, guess what's going to happen? Brian, he's going to give us a firm handshake.
A firm handshake to James.
And you better believe...
He loves a firm handshake.
I'll be like, wow, this is what I wish my brother would do. And Brian's probably the age of my brother.
Anytime James gets super emotional with me or is just having any problems in his day, I just give him a firm handshake. It makes him feel right as rain.
I know, it even cures a throbbing just gash of a
Please
wound
don't say
ulcer.
Throbbing.
Ulcers throb, guys. It's a wound in your stomach.
Oh my gosh. Well, firm handshake. You're welcome.
Thank you. It's all cured. That's why I don't need insurance. I've been James.
I've been Corwyn.
Bye. Happy birthday to me. I tried putting bye into birthday.
It didn't really work.
It didn't. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.